The 5 o'clock evening news with Dale Dash and Vance Hamburg. Also, Peter von Clinton Deluge with the weather.
Good evening, this is Rick Dale Dash.
And I'm Vance Hamburg. Not such good news tonight, Rick. Since 3 p.m. this afternoon, a man identified as Waldo Riskeller has barricaded himself up in a downtown apartment. He has a gun. Police don't know if he's going to surrender or what. He's fired several shots. Fortunately, no one was hurt except for a small brown chihuahua across the street. Which brings us, Rick, to a bizarre twist to this story. Police say all 7 of the shots from Mr. Riskeller's second-story window, all 7 were shot at the dog. We learned just recently that the dog is dead. Apparently 6 of those 7 shots were right on target, according to police. Let's switch there now for a live eyewitness report from reporter Joe Ambologini. Joe?
On? Am I on, Vance? Yes, we're right outside Mr. Riskeller's apartment right now, Vance. Police don't know exactly what they're going to do, but it's a barricade situation. We're not sure if there's any hostages right now, but according to police, the dog has been taken away, and just a minute, Vance, hold on. Okay, Vance, I just got word from the police. Mr. Riskeller has left the apartment, and according to police, he's going to the show, and then he'll be back. When he gets back, we'll see what the situation is then, but right now, Vance, all we can do is wait. We don't know exactly what show he's going to, etc., and he told the police not to follow, but he will be back. We're pretty sure of that. Back to you, Vance.
Thank you, Joe. Well, as Joe said, we won't know anything until Mr. Riskeller returns from the show, and hopefully at that time he'll surrender to the police and everybody else can go home. Rick?
Yes, Vance, if the police knew which show he was going to, they could check out the times at the theater and it would be over that much faster, but I guess as it stands now, there's no telling.
Yeah, and it could be a double feature. Police don't know that either.
Well, that's film 1900, I understand. That's a pretty long film.
I guess, or Close Encounters for that matter.
Or maybe Star Wars.
Well, Rick, I guess we'll really never know until Mr. Riskeller gets back. But anyway, coming up next on the news, the Hillside Strangler has sent a letter. UFOs land in New York, and some other top stories. We're asking Mrs. Lavina Morris of Junction, Arizona, to place her hands in one bowl of new ivory fabric softener and the bowl of another leading brand. What she doesn't know is that the bowl of the other leading brand is really ascorbic acid. Well, Mrs. Morris?
My God, my hands are going.
Yes, what has happened to Mrs. Morris could happen to you if you aren't using all-new ivory fabric softener. So come on, why not try it? You've got everything to gain if you do, and a lot to lose if you don't. Use new ivory fabric softener. Vance Hamburg here again. The Hillside Strangler has sent another letter to the L.A. Times, and the police say this one's the real thing. Tom Hack in Los Angeles has that story. Police are positive the latest letter from the Hillside Strangler is the real thing. In the letter, the suspect has stated, I did it, or I know I did it. I'm ashamed that I did it. I won't do it again unless I'm not elected governor. The L.A. Police Task Force is at this very moment questioning former L.A. Police Chief Ed Davis at his home here in Southern California. The results of that inquiry, and if he is arrested, we don't know yet. Tom Hack, ABC News.
Rick Dale Dash here with this bizarre report from New York. Just 2 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, thousands of people in downtown New York witnessed the landing of an identified flying object before their very eyes. According to report, a half-mile-long cylinder-shaped object came down in Times Square, stayed there for 5 minutes, then took off. But far more important than that, it left a large 1/2-mile circle of burnt concrete, which has New York officials very upset. From New York, here's William Vanderbilt.
New York is not a clean town, but everyone agrees it does not need a half-mile circle of crushed concrete in Times Square. Officials here say that if the object comes back, you'll have to arrest them for violating New York's strict air control laws. As one man said here today, and I agree with him, being foreign is no excuse for negligence. Next time, use the airport. William Vanderbilt, ABC News, New York.
Coming up next, Peter von Clinton Deluge with the weather.
Now here's Peter with the weather. Thank you, Vance. Okay, cold, boys, it's gonna get cold. This storm front here is coming from Japan. It's a big one. Winds up to 500 miles per hour and a lot of rain. Gotta stay inside for this one. Tomorrow's high, 20 below zero. Low, 50 degrees below. Not too good for swimming, Rick. Okay, Los Angeles, gone by Sunday night. So if you're headed down there, turn around. If you plan to go, don't. You know, Peter, some people may not hear this if they're going down there right now. Yeah, I know. Surprise, surprise. Okay, that's the weather. Back to you, Vance. Okay, Peter, police still waiting for Mr. Riskiller to return home. It's still a barricade situation there. Some officers, I understand, have gone into the apartment and are having coffee, waiting for him to return. Our own reporter, Bob Overact, is there. Bob?
The coffee? Fortunately, Mr. Reskeller left a good-sized jar of Folgers Instant, or someone would have had to go to the store. Police found nothing peculiar here, just a regular apartment. TV, couch, bed, clothes. A slight leak, though, in the bathroom, in the faucets. I know one officer mentioned that when he came out.
Bob, I don't know if you can hear me, but is there any way that leak could be fixed if it is a bad one, or if it's a minimal leak, then I guess you wouldn't have to bother. But is there a way? Is it a bad leak?
I'll look. Maybe I could get one of the cameramen to help me. I think we've got a wrench in the mobile unit. We'll see if we can fix it. Maybe if things turn out all right here tonight, Mr. Reskeller can come home, to a bathroom without a leaky faucet.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Here's hoping that leak gets fixed, Rick, because even if Mr. Reskeller is arrested or decides to shoot it out with the police, someone else will have to move into that apartment, and so it should, be fixed no matter what.
Oh, I agree, Vance. I agree. Serious situation. Okay, we'll be right back with more of the 5 o'clock edition of the news after these announcements. Please stay tuned.
I have here in my hand a check made out to the university, and it is a magnificent endowment in the name of Anthony Vito Corleone, and the check is signed by that young man's parents, whom I think we should recognize. Mike, Pat, Kay, stand up, please. Stand up, let the folks see. Folks, I want you to join with me in giving a real Nevada thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Michael Corleone.
Paid for by the committee to re-elect Michael Corleone, governor of Nevada. Here they come. They're coming here. Yes, hey, Butch Williams and Nick Guida present The Who at the Magnolia High School Teen Center. This Friday night, 8:30, March 17th, 1978. It's just $1 or 50 cents for the Teen Center guard. Plus special guests, Earl Smith and Ted Nugent. You won't want to miss this one. The biggest concert weddings ever seen since Mayday Grave. I'll be there, you'll be there. Yes, tomorrow night at the Five Oaks Motel and Restaurant in Anderson, Rip-Off Full Block Productions present Rod Stewart, just $5 at the door with special guests Led Zeppelin. Also, free coffee and donuts. Yes, that's tomorrow night. The Five Oaks Motel and Restaurant in Anderson, 1425 2nd Street. I'll see you there. Vance Hamburg here. This is a special report just in. According to police, Mr. Waldo Reskeller has returned to his apartment. As we said earlier, it was a barricade situation there. He had a gun. A chihuahua is dead. He's back now from the show, and reporter Bob Overact is there. Bob?
Yes, Vance, I'm here in Mr. Reskeller's apartment. The leak has been fixed. We're hoping that that may make him feel more comfortable. He has requested a meeting with me, and I understand he is on his way up to the apartment right now. Mr. Reskeller, I'm Bob Overact of 5 o'clock news. You had a leak here in your bathroom, and we fixed it, and hoping you feel a lot better about that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Exactly what film did you go to see in the last 2 hours here?
let's see, I was, anxiety.
Well, High Anxiety, the Mel Brooks film.
Yes, I believe that is right.
How did you like it?
Not very much. I really didn't like it that much.
Well, tell me, Mr. Reskeller, what exactly is going to happen there? Do you plan to shoot it out with the police or give up or what?
I'll tell you, Bob, I just soon flip a coin and call it heads or tails, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I think I have some change here. Let's see. Yeah, here's a nickel, Mr. Reskeller. Let's see. What would it be?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. How about heads you give up and tails you shoot out with the police?
That sounds fair to me. Sounds fine.
Okay, here we go.
I'll call heads.
Okay, let's look at the coin. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Reskeller. It's tails.
You want to try it again?
Well, I'm sorry, we're almost out of time here. I'll tell you what, how about just, tonight, how about just taking the breaks, shooting out with the police, and I'll stay here and have some more of your fine Folgers instant coffee.
Well, Bob, okay, but I would remember, before you leave, to put the sugar back. We have a lot of ants around here, and just put the sugar back in the cupboard when you're through with the coffee.
Well, I will. I'll put it back. I had an apartment once, and we had ants. I lived in it for about 2 or 3 years, and even when I left, they never went away.
Okay, well, just remember to do that, and I'll go downstairs now, and I guess we'll shoot it out with the police, and just put the sugar back, and everything will be fine, and I'll see you later.
Well, I doubt it, Mr. Reskeller, but good luck anyway.
Okay, well, so long, and remember to put that sugar back because of those ants, and they've really caused a problem. I don't have a lot of money, so to me sugar's very expensive. So long now.
Well, Vance, I guess there is not much more we can do here. I'm going to have another cup of that fine Folgers instant coffee and then get going. So back to you, Vance. Vance Hamburg here. Well, as you've heard, the barricade situation is over. Mr. Reskeller, I think, chose the best way out since an ironic development here just in the last few minutes occurred. We learned just seconds ago that the landlord of Mr. Reskeller's apartment is being forced to raise the rent there, so in a way, Mr. Reskeller really lucked out.
Yes, he did, Vance. If he had chosen to stay there, then there would have been a $20 increase, I believe, in rent, so things really worked out all the way around.
Well, although things worked out well for Mr. Reskeller, they aren't working out too well over on Glen Boulevard, Rick. Another barricade situation there, only this time a little far more serious. A man identified only as Joe is holding himself hostage. That's right, he's holding himself hostage. He wants $100 million in cash, or he says he will kill himself. And police say at this moment he could be tried and charged separately in 2 different court cases if he is apprehended. So Bill Simplify has the story. Bill?
Yes, Vance. So far, Joe could be charged with kidnapping and with murder, but until we know his next move... Well, Vance, I guess the charge will be murder, so back to you, Vance.
Well, that story at least had a definite ending. Rick?
Yes, Vance, the population of Morro Bay, California is very uncomfortable at this very moment due to the appearance of a multi-headed sea creature there. Ron Terminal has that story. Yes, Vance, along with residents being terrified of the creature, there's also the problem of housing and food, since the creature has come on land. Towering 100 feet high and weighing, it must be 30 tons. The creature is trying right now to rent a home here, but there's problems here because of discrimination.
Well, maybe the SPCC can solve that problem.
Isn't that the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Creatures, Vance?
Yes, Rick, that's right. And more news after these messages.